If you've ever felt like you have overindulged, you are out of your routine, and you just need a reset, this is the video for you. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And I recently just got back from 3 weeks in Italy with my husband and my daughter. And as any mom will tell you, a vacation with family is not always a vacation, it's a trip. And while we had a great time, I definitely felt like I was completely overindulging. Eating every single meal in restaurants, not really staying exactly on my exercise plan that I like to, especially because I had a broken toe, and definitely overindulging in alcohol and sugars. So I came back and I was like, I am ready for a reset. You know, this is the perfect time to do a reset. I always tell the members of my fitness membership and community, Total Body Transformation, September is like the new January. You know, you're finally in a point now where it's like your summer travels are over. If you've got kids, they're finally going back to school. And now it's time for you to really take a look at, okay, it's the final quarter of the year. What are my goals that I started in the beginning of the year? How close am I? What still matters to me? Because sometimes our goals change. And what can I do to get myself back on track and really feeling like the most optimal version of myself, especially before the holidays come, because you know they come really fast. I'm personally craving routine and structure. Now, one thing I think that's really important to note, weight loss is actually not my goal right now. I'm very happy with my body. I pretty much allow myself freedom to eat what I like. But really for me, this is a point for me to want to get back on track with my health goals, making sure that I'm doing the things that really make me show up and feel my most optimal, have my most energy, feel lean, feel strong. And especially since I'm over a year and a half into menopause, these things are really important. So the first thing that I do is I really make sure to start eating at home more. Now, I know it's just so easy. It's so easy for us to order out food or to go to restaurants. And if you're a foodie like me, that's actually a source of pleasure. But after 3 weeks of basically eating at least 2 of my 3 meals a day in restaurants, it just feels so good to be able to prepare my own food at home. You know, the great thing about cooking at home, and it doesn't have to be complicated stuff if you're sitting there thinking, oh, Tracy, I don't like cooking and I don't know how to cook, but just really having easy go-to meals that you can prepare at home. I always tell members of my weight loss course, it's not like cooking, but it's more like we're just organizing ingredients together so that it just takes the pressure off of you. You don't have to be a gourmet cook, but find websites or maybe, you know, videos that you find on social media or do a quick Google search or whatever you've got to do to just have quick and easy meals that you can prepare at home that really support your health, your wellness, and if you have a weight loss goal as well. When we're eating at home, we know exactly if your food is organic or not. You know what kind of oils you're using. You know how your food is prepared. So all of these things are really powerful, and not just for your body right now, but also for your long-term health. So I always say, if you want to succeed, you've got to prepare. So the next thing that you've got to do is make sure that you do a really good and healthy food shop. I know it sounds so simple, but you know, the food's not going to come to you. Or maybe it is if you use a service like that. But I personally like to go to the grocery store. I like touching my produce and like feeling what's ripe and what's not, and really choosing ingredients that are to my standards. I used to, like back in the pandemic, I was using, like everybody was, like food delivery and grocery delivery, but I found that it took a little bit of the pleasure out of the food, and then I would find that like some of the ingredients were just not the ones that I would have chosen. So whatever you've got to do to make it easy for you, whether you're going to a store or you're using a service, make sure in your home, and also bonus points if you work outside of the home in your office, that you've got good, healthy food to choose from and snacks as well. And listen, I'm a mom to a little girl, and I know that a lot of people say, well, my kids like blah, blah, blah. Here's a little trick for you. Try to get the things that don't trigger you into eating them. Here's what I mean. Let's say your daughter loves cookies, but like if you have a chocolate chip cookie in your house, you know you're going to eat it. What I always tell my students is, listen, maybe she loves cookies, but get the cookies, like let's say it's Oreos and you don't like Oreos, then buy her Oreos or whatever version of that you want, so that you are not eating them, but you're giving her what she wants. And that way everybody's happy and you're not triggered into eating the stuff that you don't want. So I want to just take a quick second to say thank you to Mary Ruth's for being the sponsor of today's video. I have been a huge user of Mary Ruth's for years now. In fact, my daughter takes their liquid morning multivitamin every single day. I love the fact that it's a vitamin that actually works for our entire family, and it being liquid makes it something really easy for me to give my daughter. It's a delicious raspberry flavor, and I love that it's so easy to take. It's full of minerals, amino acids, and it has multiple essential vitamins, including antioxidants, vitamin C, D, E, and even beta carotene. And I will take any extra sleep support that I can get. So I've recently started using the liquid nighttime multi-mineral. And when I tell you this makes you sleep like a baby, you better believe me. This multi-mineral contains multiple vitamins and minerals that your body needs to support normal regulation, healthy stress levels, and even relaxation. And as a woman in menopause, calcium and vitamin D3 are really important. And I love knowing that I'm supporting my calcium and D3 levels by taking this each night. So if you haven't checked out Mary Ruth's, this is a great time to do so. I will leave my link down below in the description box. If you don't know where the description box is, underneath my head, you're gonna see the title of this video and you'll see the word more. Tap on that and then tap on more again and you'll have everything you need right there. One of the things I love about Mary Ruth's is that they are an authorized seller on Amazon. It gives me the convenience of getting my Mary Ruth's delivered directly to my door. So definitely check out Mary Ruth's and let me know in the comments when you do. Now, the next thing that I like to do in a reset, and this one will probably be surprising for you, it's go to bed. During the summer, we were staying up so late, having dinner so late, we were really living our La Dolce Vita life. And while that's so fun on vacation, that is just not my regular day-to-day rhythm. And especially with my daughter back at school, I have to get up really early and make sure that everybody is prepared and ready to go for their day. So a huge part of that is making sure that I go to sleep and that I get a good restful sleep. Now for me, that reset looks like less screen time. Say it again with me, less screen time. Get off your devices. You know, it's really best for us to get off our devices at least 1 hour before you go to bed. And here's one thing to remember too, some of those devices are also your TV. So I love Bravo and I love me some reality TV, but you know what? The Real Housewives need to be at least an hour before I go to bed in order for me to have a really good restful sleep. I read instead and I really get myself into that routine of like, this is my time and it's relaxation. And additionally, my baths, I've talked about them a lot, but these are so inexpensive and it's so helpful taking an Epsom salt bath. I make these little like homemade detox baths at home where I put in baking soda, tons of Epsom salt, and then I use lavender essential oil. And if you want to have a good night's sleep, spend a good 20 minutes soaking in that tub and then just go right to bed. And I'm telling you, all your muscle aches and your stress just melts away. And the more we reduce stress, that's going to help us be slim. It helps you to feel your best, and it really helps you to show up like the you know you're meant to be. Another thing that I do when I'm really focusing on my health and I'm ready for a reset is making sure that I batch cook my food. This is something that before I had a child, I used to kind of secretly laugh about a little bit, like, who needs to batch cook? Well, you know who needs to batch cook? Me. I'm a mom. But really, batch cooking is such a lifesaver. So for me, if I'm putting on the oven, you better believe that I've got some protein in there. I've got some vegetables going. I might be boiling some eggs for hard-boiled eggs and just making sure that, again, it's really easy for me to have healthy food, to have some good high-quality protein, making sure that I've got vegetables prepped so that I'm really staying in alignment with my personal health goals. If weight loss is your goal, I want to just take a quick second to invite you into my free masterclass. It really teaches you how to lose weight without dieting and doing any of the crazy stuff. So I will leave that linked up here and also down below in the description box for you to check it out. Now, like I said, in Italy, we really just like to live our life and enjoy all the food. And I think that's also really important. You know, food can be a source of pleasure and enjoyment. But when you come back, it's good to kind of rein it back in. And a big thing that I focus on is making sure that I'm decreasing all added sugar. Now, I've talked about this before. I personally love fruit, and fruit is one of my favorite things to eat. But even if I'm kind of focusing on, okay, I want to get my cravings down, maybe I'm feeling a little bit bloated or puffy, or I just know that I've been indulging a lot, I try to decrease even some of my fruit. Now, one kind of fruit that's naturally lower in sugar are berries, and that's because there's just so much fiber in berries. So maybe you're not having as many bananas and mangoes and things like that, and especially not having any dry fruit, but incorporate more berries into your diet or even green apples. These kinds of fruit are higher in fiber and just naturally lower in sugar. Oh, and kiwis too. It's those little seeds in the fruit that make them higher in fiber and decrease sugar. Now, you've got to read your labels here. I talk about this on my channel all the time, but especially here in the United States, we love to greenwash things and make you believe that all kinds of crappy food is actually healthy, and I don't want that to be the case for you. So really read your labels. Even some of those nutrition bars that say like, oh, it's only got like 5 ingredients or however many ingredients, when you look at the label, there's something like 25 grams of sugar. That's a lot. So be your little health detective and look for added sugar in your food and make sure that you are choosing things that are high in fiber, healthy fats, higher protein, and so that you are just really crowding out all the extra sugar. And I'm telling you, when you do that, you will notice within 2 weeks, 2 things will happen. Number one, your cravings will decrease, and also your taste buds change. You won't be craving as many sweet things, and that's a really good thing when you need to do a reset. Now, if you know me, you know that this girl loves a martini. I like a Kettle One dirty martini with olives. Regular olives do not give me blue cheese olives. But when I'm feeling like I need to do a reset, I actually eliminate or very, very much reduce my alcohol. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I drank a lot of wine when I was in Italy. We were drinking the local whites there, and it was really lovely and wonderful. Not to excess, but like with our meals, and it was just, it's not something that I do in my day-to-day life, is drink alcohol literally every single day. So when I came home, I was like, I do not want to see a glass of wine for a good long time. That's going to make such a huge difference in your health and your wellness, especially when you need a reset. Alcohol is basically just sugar. You know, I once had someone tell me, every time you have a glass of wine, imagine you're having a slice of cake, because alcohol in your body just converts into sugar. And that's why when people stop drinking alcohol, they'll notice, whoa, they have a waistline again and they feel so much slimmer, and it's easy to decrease their weight as well. Now for me, again, like I said, I'm not trying to lose weight, but I want to have that good mental clarity and focus. So when I'm not drinking alcohol, it really helps to support me to feel my best, to think my clearest, and to really get all that I need done. When doing a reset, of course, we gotta move our body, but you want to move your body in the right way. Now, here's something that I see so many women fall prey to. It's thinking like, I was on vacation, I was overindulging, maybe you gained a couple of pounds, and then you think, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And you overhaul your entire fitness routine, and then you end up getting injured, or it's just too hard and you can't keep up with it, and it's just unrealistic for you. So as a 25-year veteran in the fitness and wellness industry, please don't do this. Here's what I suggest that you do. Move your body as much as you can every single day. So get out there and walk. Park farther away, get in extra steps, do those walk and talk meetings if it's possible. Now, as for workouts, of course you should work out, but inside my fitness membership and community, we always tell our members 30 minutes a day. That's it. And if you're a brand new beginner, even 15 minutes is gonna make a difference for you, because it's kind of like going to the bank, right? Every time you're putting a little deposit in, right? So just by moving your body every single day, even if you're a brand new beginner and you can only do 15 minutes, you're making those deposits. And in the long term, that's gonna really pay off. I also know that it's incredibly important to have a variety of workouts, especially if you're like me and you're in menopause. So make sure that you're incorporating strength or resistance training as well as your cardio is going to make huge gains for your health. And if you're ready to do a reset and you want to really, really feel your best, this is going to make a huge difference for you. So doing a variety of workouts like Pilates and some yoga, making sure that you're using weights or your body weight, making sure that you're working on your strength and your flexibility, as well as getting your heart rate up with some HIIT or Tabata workouts, it's going to hugely, hugely impact your body positively. So if you haven't already checked out my fitness membership and community, Total Body Transformation, it's all linked down below. We would love to have you join our Transformer team. We keep it real, we keep it realistic, and we keep it sustainable, and most importantly, fun and effective. So definitely check it out here. Now this one's gonna sound really strange, but when I got back from Italy this year, the only thing that I wanted to do was clear things out. I think I was just so off of my regular routine, and my daughter's school break just felt super, super long. So I just had a lot of stuff accumulated, and all I wanted to do was clear my closet. But there is a reason for this. Our environment hugely impacts our mind and our mindset. So if you've got a lot of clutter in your house, a lot of clothes that you no longer wear, a lot of papers laying around, lots of just stuff that you've got to do, that's going to drain your energy. And when we're doing a reset, we want to be highly energized. We want to feel our best. We want to be strong and focused, right? So take a weekend. I did this the other day for my daughter. I just cleared out her entire closet, took everything out of there and just reorganize the whole thing. And when I tell you, I felt like I lost 20 pounds because it was that mental weight that was on my mind. Now, I'm not done, so I don't want to overwhelm you. And that's really key during a reset. You want to just do little baby steps. So maybe it's something like, okay, for the next hour, I'm going to go into, my closet in my bedroom, and I'm going to just spend an hour going through my clothing and what doesn't fit me anymore, what has rips and stains, what are things that I want to donate or give away or give to a friend or whatever, right? Take that time, because that's really what a reset is all about, is creating space for newness and freshness so that you feel your absolute best. Now, I've mentioned before that I'm in menopause, and I started menopause in December of 2023. So it's been just under 2 years now for me. And I also had started HRT pretty much around the same time, maybe a couple months earlier. So for 2 years, I've been on hormone replacement therapy. Now, I know that that's not going to be for everyone, but if you are feeling called to it, I really think it's important for you to find a highly skilled doctor that really specializes in menopause. And that's one of the things that I've done during this reset for myself, is make sure that I'm staying consistent with my HRT. When I was on vacation, I might miss a day, or I was like, you know what, I want to have my coffee right away in the morning and not give, my medication the priority first, right? So it's really, really important, if you're on supplements, if you are on medication, that you stay consistent with it, because that consistency is really, again, going to pay off in dividends for you. I cannot talk about having a reset without talking about this. Get up and get dressed. I find that the days when I am just in my active wear all day, no makeup, dirty hair, up in a knot, I just feel like a troll. And I always feel bad for the girls that work with me, because they get the other me, where I'm just looking not so good. But really, it makes such a difference for your mindset. So get up and get dressed. You don't have to put on a full face of makeup. You don't have to do your hair, but put on real clothes. You're done with your workout, take a quick shower and put on real clothes. One of my friends in Italy, she's actually a Pilates instructor, and I took class with her, and I thought it was just such a subtle thing, but it was as soon as she was done, boop, boop, quick shower, put on clothes. She didn't even walk from the studio to her house, which is literally a 10-minute walk, in her activewear. She wears real clothes. And I'm telling you, ladies, it makes such a huge difference in your mindset when you remember who you are, how you're showing up in the world. I love activewear too. This is cute, but putting on real clothes, put on a dress that makes you feel good, put on a pair of pants or trousers or a set that just makes you feel like the most confident version of you. It really, really helps you to just want to take better care of yourself. Finally, when we're talking about a reset, I make sure that I put every single thing in my scheduler. If it's not scheduled, it just doesn't get done. And a lot of times, one thing I struggle with, and I'm still working on, I'm not perfect with this, maybe we can work on this together. Tell me in the comments if you're like this too. I tend to get into this mindset where I'm oh my God, I have so many things to do. I'm so overwhelmed. There's just so much ahead of me. But when I actually will just okay, when I get into that mindset and I just start writing it down, what are the things that I actually need to do? And I start writing a list, even just a note on my phone. It makes such a huge difference, because then it just seems more manageable. It seems like something that I can just actually check off. When it just feels like this feeling of too much to do, that's when our energy just gets into stress and overwhelm. And I know that I fall prey to this a lot, and it's still something that I'm working on, but getting it into my calendar, making sure that I know the things that I need to do. Also on my phone, I always write down my very short to-do list so that I can stay focused and just get those things done and nothing falls through the cracks, and I'm also not overwhelmed. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed these really great tips for you too to create a reset for yourself. You deserve it, you are worth it. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, make sure to check out this video next, and I'll see you there.